My finest day is yet unknown. I broke my heart for every gain to taste the sweet. Lord, I face the pain. I rise and fall. Yet through it all, this much remains. I want one moment in time.
Wagwan people them. Happy New Year if you are watching this for the first time in 2024. So this is another person I put into my watch later list. And it sounds like her name is Voronina Valeria. Voronina Valeria. It looks like it's very recent. It was 6 days ago, and it's her singing One Moment in Time. And I've just watched a little compilation of Whitney singing her number ones for the first time, like live, and what that performance was like. So like little snippets of her singing that live, and it's really awesome. Like, and it's a little bit spooky because there are so many slots within that were before my time, or in and around when I was born, and it's just like, wow, you were out here just slaying vocals and I wasn't even a thought. Like, it's just really, really crazy. So massively into Whitney on this channel. Huge Whitney fan. So anyone that's, you know, setting down the gauntlet, like, tread carefully. Tread carefully. But again, I don't know anything about Voronina. So we're about to find out. This is Voronina Valeria singing One Moment in Time. Oh, she's done it.
To give the best of me. I'm only one, but not alone. My finest day is yet unknown. I broke my heart for every gain to taste the sweet. Lord, I face the pain. I rise and fall. Yet through it all, this much remains. I want one moment in time, when I'm more than I thought I could be. When I want it all, no time for less. I've laid the plans, now laid the chance here in my hands. Give me one moment in time.
She's doing the Whitney live version.
When I'm more than I thought I could.
voice is sick. Listen, I am super impressed. I am super duper impressed with that. As you can probably tell going into that, I was like, okay, I don't know this lady. And she's gonna sing One Moment in Time. Like, okay. But from the first note, I was like, okay. And it was interesting because she was singing, to my understanding anyway, correct me if I'm wrong, but she was singing Whitney's live version of that song. When she sang that in the afro thing and the white dress. And look, there was only ever going to be one Whitney, right? So I'm going to get that elephant out the room, right? There's only ever going to be one Whitney. However, I think she didn't just do a good job. She smashed that vocal. Like, there were a couple of little runs early on, like a couple of runs down, that weren't as, I would say, as fluid as, say, Whitney's would have been. And listen, I'm saying this as someone that can't even attempt a Whitney song, yeah? So, like, I'm not, like, you know, who am I to cast any aspersions? But at the end of the day, it's a reaction channel, so I'm giving you my honest opinion. So, yeah, there were a couple of little runs there. I was like, oh, okay. If we're gonna go for the comparison here, do you know what I mean? Like, but in every other sense, and the other reason why I'm giving it such a comparison is because to me this is very much the live version that Whitney did of this song. But I feel like her belt was superb. It was really exquisite. With the way she handled the bridge, like, was again exquisite. I don't think it quite had quite the same power as Whitney again, like, but you know, in comparison to like many of these other like female artists out here at the moment, I'm like, who else is singing this song? Do you know what I mean? I don't think I've actually heard Morissette sing One Moment in Time, so I'll be very intrigued to watch that. I might go and search that actually. But for someone who I've never heard of, Voronina Valeria, I'm just really impressed with that. Like, I'm really like as you can probably, and the whole way you can tell when I'm engaged. Yeah, because I'm just like, I'm watching everything. I'm watching everything. I'm listening to everything, every inflection, every up, every down, the breath you're taking, and I think even to the point where where Whitney kind of, there's a certain thing she says like within the song, one moment in time, when she's speaking it more so than she's singing it on the record, like even that was kind of mirrored. So she very much was in keeping with Whitney's version of it. And for anyone to, I think, to even keep up with that on this particular song, I think is insanely gifted. So she's already got my respect. Voronina, ma'am, I may now need to go do some investigation into you, because that was all the way good. That was so good. And I feel like anybody that can tackle a Whitney Houston song like that and come off the stage after that has got to feel good, because that kind of vocal piping is just, that isn't your average singer. Which is why I was like, she gonna do this song? Really? But yo, she smashed it. She smashed it. She really did smash that. She did. Like I said, for me, there's only one Whitney. But in terms of like just looking at her as her performance, like if that was my friend or my sister or someone that I knew, I'd be losing my mind. Like being like, do you realise how good you are? Do you know what I mean? It's only because I don't have that emotional connection to her. But again, for someone to for her to sing that song like that tells me that she has to be a fan of Whitney Houston, 100%, because she stuck to that script so much in terms of how Whitney sang that. Like, you know, you must look at that as a bar in which to reach. You must be, and for you to be so close to that bar, that you couldn't be anything but proud of that performance. You couldn't be, and even the most staunch. I challenge even the most staunch Whitney Houston fans out there to listen to this and not go, do you know what? She did her thing. She did her thing on that. That's just my opinion anyway. I don't know about anybody else, but that's what I thought. But I would like to know what you guys thought. This is part of it. So please do drop me like your comments in the comment section. Like, what did you think of the song? Did you think she stuck to the Whitney Houston version too much? And do you think she sounded like Whitney Houston? The only other person that I know that has sung Whitney Houston songs on a level that I go, wow, is Glennis Grace. So I'm interested to know what people thought of her in comparison to what Glennis Grace sounds like. And in fact, I don't know whether I've heard Glennis sing this song. But again, the quote I always say, I said on my TikTok, Glennis is the most Whitney's Whitney since Whitney. Those were my exact words. So I'm interested to know what people thought of that. But yeah, really enjoyed that. If you do know about Voronina, are there any other like songs or any other covers that she's done that I should listen to? Where is she from? Like, any information about her would be great. But for now, thank you so much for watching. Oh, I do have a YouTube membership over here, and also I've got a Patreon as well. So I'm doing this full time now, guys. So yeah, any support at all, big, little, small, like honestly, it'd be really appreciated, genuinely. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one.